Nigerian workers today have been taking part in their traditional march pasts and rallies to mark this year's Workers' Day. We now go live to catch the mood of the workers on this special day in Abuja.
Of the reviewed labor administration laws in Nigeria to the National Assembly for passage into law. We wish workers all over the world a wonderful May Day celebration. Our day it is. May we meet again stronger in 2025, God willing. Long live the Nigerian Labour Congress. Long live. Long live the Trade Union Congress. Long live. Long live working people. Long live. Long live Nigeria. Long live. A people united
can never be defeated.
A people united
can never be defeated.
A people united
can never be defeated.
Workers united
can never be defeated.
Solidarity
forever.
There is victory for us. There is victory for us in the struggle for our members. There is victory for us. Forward, forward, ever, backward, never. In the struggle for our men. Nigerian workers, great Nigerian workers, greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest Nigerian workers. Thank you very much.
That has been the President of NLC and Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. Please, can we give a round of applause one more time for Comrade Joe Ajaero and Comrade Osifo, my brother.
Your Excellencies, comrades and friends, members of the diplomatic community, civil society organizations, employers of labor, comrades and friends, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is yet another day where all the Nigerian workers gathered in their great numbers to celebrate their strength and unity, to define a strong solidarity path, to develop creative intelligence toward adding value to collective interests, to chart a course and consolidate upon the gains of our past experiences as Nigerian workers who have been determinant factors to the economic and political growth of Nigeria. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, at this very juncture, may I have the privilege and honor, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to invite our very dear own, who has been a true mother of reality, who believes in liberation, who see welfare as a cardinal strength of objective in our own way. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, being the Minister of Labor and Employment was never enlisted because it is her own right to say her particulars are correct. Therefore, with all sense of dexterity and humility, may I have the strength of responsibility to invite the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Honorable Barrister Nkiruka C. Oyetiocha. Please, let's put our hands together while we invite her to the podium, ladies and gentlemen.
Barrister Nkiruka Chidubem is a veteran when it comes to legislation, and indeed, she has represented her people in 4-term appearance at the Green Chambers of the National Assembly. It is a real privilege welcoming her to this podium. She is a mother par excellence and a grassroots politician and mobilizer. Former transition chairman and former commissioner Mommy, you're welcome.
I go carry all this.
Yes, mommy.
How? His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by His Excellency Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The President of the Senate, ably represented by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Labor and Employment, Senator Biket Plan. The Honorable Member and House Committee Chair, representing the Speaker of House of Representatives, the Senators and House of Representatives members here present, the Secretary to Government, the Ministers of FCT, Trade and Investment, and other ministers ably represented. The Head of Service of the Federation, represented by Head of Service, the President of NLC and TUC, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, happy Workers' Day to all of us. I am delighted to be in your midst today for the 2024 May Day rally in solidarity with Nigerian workers. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers of this event, and thank you for inviting me to share this significant occasion with you as we celebrate today in honoring the backbone of our nation, the workers. Aware that May Day also is known as International Workers' Day, celebrated on the 1st May in over 80 countries worldwide to commemorate the historic struggles and gains made by workers and labor movement. In our great country today, the first International Workers' Day celebration was commemorated in 1980, and it has since become an annual event for the Nigerian labor movement. Thus, today being the first May Day under this administration, it again reminds us of the great sacrifices made by the working class towards enthronement of dignity of labor, generation of wealth, and to ensure safe working environments, which are key to national growth and development. Fellow comrades, as we gather here under the theme People First, we are reminded of the fundamental principle that must guide our actions and policies, which is the prioritization of the welfare and well-being of our people. Our gathering today, therefore, is a testament of our firm commitment to placing the needs and aspirations of our workers at the forefront of our national agenda through provision of fair and just working conditions, which are not just ideals, but basic human rights. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu believes that every worker deserves to toil in an environment free from exploitation, discrimination, and oppression. We must therefore strive to create workplaces that foster dignity, respect, job security, and inclusivity for all. A foundation upon which individuals build their lives and support their families. In our rapidly changing world, we must recognize the importance of guaranteeing stable employment opportunities to our workforce by investing in policies and initiatives that safeguard jobs and create avenues for sustainable livelihoods, where wages must reflect the true value and effort of labor. It is thus unacceptable for any worker to toil tirelessly and still struggle to make ends meet. And that's the belief of our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Hence, the ongoing efforts by government to pay wage award to workers and the review of national minimum wage by a tripartite committee involving the representatives of employers, workers, and government towards ensuring that every worker receives a fair living wage that enables them to live with dignity, provide for their families, and contribute to the growth of our economy. We must therefore see each other as partners in progress and utilize the initiatives already provided by the government to turn our challenges into new opportunities for national growth and development by lending our support to this administration, which had promised and remains committed to revitalizing the economy in line with its mantra of renewed hope for unity and prosperity for all through careful implementation of its 8-point agenda as is clearly set out. As we commemorate this Workers' Day, let us not forget the sacrifices and contributions of the labor movement in shaping our nation's history. Let us honor the legacy of those who fought for the rights and freedoms we enjoy today by continuing that struggle for justice, equality, and solidarity. Let us stand united in our resolve to building a future where every worker is valued, respected, and empowered to achieve their dreams, because together we can create a Nigeria where the well-being of our people is not just a slogan, but a lived reality. You will recall that on January 30th, 2024, the federal government took a decisive step towards enhancing the welfare of Nigerian workers by inaugurating a 37-man tripartite committee on minimum wage. This committee was tasked with the critical responsibility of recommending a realistic, and I repeat once again, a realistic national minimum wage that aligns with our current economic landscape. Since then, the committee has been working tirelessly alongside labor leaders to reach an agreement on a new national minimum wage that reflects the country's economic realities. And I repeat, that reflects the country's economic reality. Although the committee could not reach a consensus at its last meeting before the May deadline, we want to reassure Nigerian workers that we are working diligently around the clock with organized labor to conclude negotiations and ensure a successful outcome. Our commitment is unwavering. The Nigerian workers should be rest assured that despite the short delay, the minimum wage will take effect on from 1st May 2024. We are not going to lose any time. Moreover, the government is receptive to the committee's suggestion of transitioning beyond a mere minimum wage to a living wage that truly reflects the value of workers' contributions. And when we talk about this, we mean that even the private sectors will key into minimum wage. Families will key into minimum wage. So it's going to affect the drivers, it's going to affect the house helps, and it's going to affect everybody. So it's a tedious one that we are working to make sure that we achieve the value of what is placed before us. In conclusion, I urge all stakeholders to embrace a spirit of cooperation, understanding, and patriotism, coupled with diligence and increased productivity. And I repeat, increased productivity. By working together, we can lift our nation out of poverty and usher in an era of prosperity for workers and citizens alike. Rest assured that this government empathizes with the struggle of workers and citizens and will not falter in its commitment to their well-being. Finally, we urge the organized labor to maintain social dialogue in resolving disputes. We are together. President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, is the driver in this journey. All the appointees are the conductors, and all Nigerians and foreigners living in Nigeria are passengers. And I am sure and very sure that by the grace of God, our vehicle will take us to our destination. In Jesus' name. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Don't worry, already. Great Nigerian workers! Great Nigerian workers! At this very juncture, we are gradually wrapping up the events of the International Workers' Day celebration put together by the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress. And we want to also thank the organizers for doing the needful, especially the chairman, Central Planning Committee, that's the national president of the Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria. At this very juncture, may I have the privilege and honor to invite the very great visitors of the day, the father of the Nigerian workers, who had been very working tirelessly to ensure that the welfare of the Nigerian worker is realized. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we are most very grateful to invite for this very happy program The Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We are moving it, we are putting something.
Who is represented by the Vice President
They have to move it.
of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We have to shift this now. It's not what we discussed. Move it now.
Represented by the chairman, Employment and Productivity, distinguished Senator D.K. Flank, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, ably represented by the chairman, House Committee on Labor, Employment and Productivity, Right Honorable Ashwaju Adegoye Parati, the Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, and Chairman Senate Committee on Interior, former Labour leader, His Excellency Comrade Senator Adams Ali Oshomole. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, the Honorable Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Honorable Nkeruka Oyejocha, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, ably represented by the Head of Service FCT, Dr. Udo Atan, Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, represented by the Permanent Secretary Raymond Omachi, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Noura Rimi, President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joy Ajero, President of the Trade Union Congress, Comrade Festus Osipo, Excellencies, Ambassadors and members of the Diplomatic Corps present, heads of federal government parastatals and agencies, presidents of affiliate unions of the Nigeria Labour Congress, delegates from all the affiliate unions of the Nigerian Labour Congress, representatives of international trade unions, captains of industry, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. My dear comrades and fellow workers in the service of our great country, today I join you to share in the essence of this day and to express my deepest gratitude and admiration for the invaluable contributions of each and every one of you to keep our nation up. It's very backward. But I'm not here merely to echo familiar praises of the labor force. However, I want to assure you that we appreciate and celebrate your hard work, sacrifices and contributions to the prosperity and stability of our great nation every day. I'm equally thrilled that this event, the first since we took office, is organized by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress under the leadership of Comrades Joseph Ajaero, as an indispensable component of the nation's engine, cannot be overstated by any government if the quest for a just and progressive society is to be realized. Therefore, I extend my most heartfelt
have played a significant role in our efforts to rescue the economy since we came on board. Fellow comrades, your choice of the theme People First for this year's May Day celebration is both instructive and commendable. The thoughtful selection by the leadership of both the NLC and TUC resonates with my government's agenda and demonstrates that the working class holds a central position in the affairs of this nation. It also reflects the commitment of the organized labor to collaborate with the government for the benefit of all citizens. I appreciate your efforts to prioritize the people in governance. I recognize that the theme People First aligns with both the human-centered agenda for the future of work and the centenary declaration of the International Labour Organization, which the government is committed to implementing. This commitment ensures alignment of Nigeria's labor administration system with international best practices. While the three pillars of the agenda seek to drive growth, equity, and sustainability for present and future generations, they require us to prioritize investment in people's capabilities, enhance investment in work institutions, and promote decent and sustainable work. We took office at a time many nations, including ours, were experiencing daunting socio-political and developmental challenges. Yet we are resolute in confronting these obstacles head-on. The scourge of criminality, from banditry to kidnapping, and the Palmer-Harder crisis alongside terrorism, continues to afflict our nation despite the tireless efforts of our armed forces. We are aware of the toll this takes on our economy, and I assure you we are fully committed to tackling these security challenges. You will recall that on January 30, 2024, the federal government convened a 37-member tripartite committee on minimum wage. The committee's mandate was to provide counsel and suggest a national minimum wage that aligns with our current economic conditions. Since then, the committee, in collaboration with labor leaders, has been diligently working towards proposing a new national minimum wage. Unfortunately, despite concerted efforts, the committee was unable to reach a consensus at its last meeting. These shall be resolved soon, and I assure you that your days of worrying are over. Indeed, this government is open to the committee's suggestion of not just a minimum wage, but a living wage. Great Nigerian workers, we cannot achieve a just and equitable society that caters to the needs of every member, including the strong and the weak, without fostering peace and unity. Our shared vision for national growth and development can only be realized in an atmosphere of industrial harmony and peaceful coexistence in every segment of our country. The dividends we have promised the nation, and which we work tirelessly to ensure, can only be achieved when we all unite for progress. On this momentous day, I urge you and all our fellow citizens to place your trust in this administration. The seeds of greatness planted in our nation are beginning to bear fruits, and they promise a future filled with hope and bound by prosperity. Once again, let me assure you, with the utmost sincerity, that every initiative undertaken by this administration is geared towards transforming Nigeria into a nation that can truly provide for its people. So I call upon each and every one of you, as I have consistently done, to join hands in shaping the destiny of our nation towards greatness. Our allegiance and patriotism are the bedrock upon which our beloved country thrives. The success of our government's policies and programs hinges on the willingness of workers at the backbone of our workforce to embrace them wholeheartedly. I appeal to you to continue using the power of the labor movement for the greater good of our nation, fostering harmony and cooperation. Once again, I extend my heartfelt congratulations on this successful Workers' Day celebration, and I wish you all joyous festivities. May God continue to bless our nation. Thank you so much.
That has been the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria representing the President. Your Excellency is going to remain to take the salute from the Solidarity March Past.
We've just been listening to the Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, as he addressed the rally of workers in a celebration of May Day today. Of course, an appropriate message given the current climate in the country. We saw him flanked by the president of the NLC, Joe Ejero, and prior to that, an address from Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Barrister Nkiruka Onyejeocha.